really need somebody. Tell me you need somebody. I don't care about your body. Love the way you touch my body. Front of back, your body. I never tell nobody. All I want is you, boy. All I want is you. All I need is you, boy. All I need is you.
Hey y'all, what's up? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's me, Shai, and welcome back to As Told by Shai. Y'all, I've been gone for a long, almost 2 months, but you know, I'm back to be consistent again. I was on the road, y'all. First of all, if y'all don't know, my name is Shai. This is As Told by Shai, where we get a little messy. But I'm gonna, for the people that was looking for me, I'm gonna give y'all a little update on my life. So y'all, I had went to Disney. No, first of all, my last episode was like before Mother's Day. Mother's Day happened. It was a busy weekend. Went to Disney, busy. Came back. I had to get a procedure done. It wasn't a big deal, by the way. I'm okay. So it's just, life just been lifing. And then I just been stuck in this, like, only certain people would know, like, if you're a creator and you, like, you know, create, like, sometimes you get, like, in this, like, mode, not mode, but, like, mood, where I don't know really how to explain it, where you're kind of stuck at how you want to proceed and what you want to do, y'all. But forget all that, y'all. I'm finally back, and I'm so happy to be back in front of my camera, you guys. Like I said, if this is your first time here, this is As Told by Shai, where we get a little messy, y'all. I got 3 hot topics for y'all. 3 hot topics. Y'all know I really ain't been drinking like that still, y'all. So I got my tea. It's nice and hot, like, it's, I'm not gonna forget about it. Hopefully I always say this in every video, hopefully it cools down by the time I get ready to drink it. But y'all, today's messy ticks of the day, we have JWoww's wedding, Woo Lady versus Trend, Love Island. Y'all, I never talk about TikTok drama on here, but today I decided I will. Malky, my boyfriend, he gave me some advice. He was all like, you know, you always be listening to this TikTok drama, why you want to talk about that? And I was kind of fighting back. I was all like, why would I want to talk about TikTok drama on my channel? I'm more than that. But then I sat down. He was like, you know a lot about this stuff though. So I was like, you know, I'm going to try it out. And so here we are. We got 3 topics. So grab your cut so we can discuss. Okay, y'all, so let's get into the small stuff first. I really hate that this iPad case look like this. I need to buy a new one. Because why does it look like that? That looks crazy, dog. Crazy, dog. So, y'all, so if y'all don't know, me and Malky have been watching, like, okay, literally we watched Jersey Shore from season 1 all the way up to, like, their family reunion season 2023. So we're at 2023 right now. We like 2 seasons behind, but y'all, that's all we've been watching for the last 3 months, I swear to you. So we have finally caught up to, like, almost current but not really current, still 3 years ago. But y'all, so if y'all don't know, JWoww has recently announced that she has got married to her fiance Zach. Zach is 31 years old, y'all. JWoww is 41. They're 10 years, you know, apart. So if y'all haven't watched the family vacation show, there was this thing, like, she first started dating Zach when he was like 24, y'all. 24. So when she first brought him around or whatever, like, there was this one night they went to the club, and, like, he was, like, touching all up on Angelina while she was dancing. JWoww was flat out drunk, like, I'm talking about passed out drunk, and he just, like, kind of caressing Angelina. So they had broke up for like a year, and then they got back together. But that always gave me a little side eye vibe about him. But I don't know if he was just so young, he didn't know like what kind of vibe JWoww really was, and he realized, okay, she's strict, I can't act like that. So he got his stuff together. I don't know, but that still would have made me like, I don't know about dating you. Like, if that's how you move it, I don't know about dating you. But, you know, anyways, they're married now. So, there's been some drama. Jenny got on Instagram and was like, I guess there's been some drama because people been like, why wasn't this person there? Why wasn't this person there? Why wasn't this person there? So we seen pictures. I'll probably post a picture. This is gonna be the picture that's up there anyway. We seen pictures of who all was at the wedding. It seemed like the couples, you know, the friends that's already a couple was at the wedding. So there was Snooki and her husband, I believe. And I don't even remember seeing him. He might have been there. But who else? Mike and his wife, and Dina and her husband. That's who was all in the picture. But everybody was all like, where's DJ Pauly? Where's Vinny? They were invited, but I think because now Vinny, he's like a comedian now, and Pauly, you know, Pauly stays paid. He always has a gig. So I guess that's why he wasn't there. Like, Vinny and Pauly stay booked and busy, okay? So, by the way, when they were invited to the wedding, they didn't even know it was a wedding. It was a surprise. So, she sent out invitations saying, come see my movie. Like, I think she's going to be in a movie. So, she was, like, lying to them saying, like, this was an event for her movie that's coming out. But they got there, and it was a whole wedding. So, Angelina and Ronnie were not invited, y'all. And I guess, you know, that's shaking the table. But my thing is, I feel like when Angelina asked Jenny to be one of her bridesmaids back then, like, I feel like that was kind of the producers doing. And I feel like Angelina really ain't got no friends like that anyway. So she was just like, whatever. Okay. And I feel like Ronnie and Jenny, they have had this like love-hate relationship. But like recently, like if y'all be watching the show that I watch, like they don't mess with each other like that. Cause Ronnie feels like Jenny is not authentic. Like she loves to talk about other people's mess, but she hates to dish her own. And I agree with him. So I really didn't see any problem with them not being there or invited or whatever. But Jenny got on Instagram and was just saying like the people that were invited were people she know that would go to jail for her, that would do this for her, that would do that for her, and people that she know that is close to her. That's who she invited. And hey girl, I have no problem with that, you guys. But you know the comments are going back and forth like, you know, you're wrong for not, if you, she never really messed with a girl, why and Ronnie, why would they be there? Like why you guys? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, I think the theme for the show, since I usually record on Sundays, is going to be like pajama. I need to get me some more pajamas so y'all don't be like repeat pajama, repeat pajama. Like I'm gonna give you some more pajamas because I think the vibe is going for it is like relaxing Sunday vibes, you know. So yeah, y'all, that's what happened with that. You know, we're not gonna stay too long on that topic. I just thought it was so interesting since I am watching that right now, and that's really the only thing that I'm watching. Okay, y'all, so let's get into a topic that I said that I would never get on here and talk about. So some TikTok drama, Woo Lady versus Trinity Taylor, you guys. So if you don't know about this, like, you just don't know. If you're like not on this side of TikTok, you just don't know, and that's okay. You can stay and listen, but I hope it's not gonna sound confusing to you. So Woo Lady, she is famously known on TikTok as basically a girl from Miami, one of those girls from Miami that got the stuff. That don't sound right. But you know, like when people be like, where your stuff at? She ain't got no stuff. Like saying basically like, girl, you broke, you ain't got nothing, you ain't got these bags, you ain't got that bag, where your stuff at? So she's basically missed stuff from what I'm getting. You know, I really just started watching her lives and stuff, to be honest. So I always see her like talk about drama and know everybody's business and keep scrolling. But she's known for being from Miami and basically knowing all the tricks. basically. Trinity Taylor, if you don't know who she is the little sister of the Taylor girl. She's about 21. I believe Woo Lady is like 26, 27. Okay, so recently they've been on live back and forth. You know, Woo Lady is trying to pull her under her wing, because Trinity's like, you know, teach me how to get the tricks. Woo Lady like, come on to Miami, girl. We're going to have us a good time. I'm going to treat you. I mean, I'm going to treat you, and I'm going to show you how to get these tricks. But my thing is, you know, Trinity seems like a sweet young lady, but I just feel like that's not her life. Like, she just doesn't give that girl. Like, she's like very, if you watch her, like, she was in college doing like little nerdy plays, and like, that's just not her. And I feel like she's trying to be something she's not, and that's the issue. That's the issue right there. So y'all, so Trinity goes out there to Miami to chill with Woo Lady and learn how to get the tricks. So Woo even got her hair done for her. Like, Trinity already had a wig, a 30-inch bust down, but it wasn't laid properly. You know, I don't even wear those kind of wigs, so I can't even talk. You know, I'm a sew-in girly, but it wasn't laid properly, I guess. So Woo had her hairstylist, you know, do it over, and it looked like way better. So Trinity out there, and she even styled her like she was looking like a little baddie, you know. And Trinity, she just gives off like, you know, that's just not her personality in the first place. Like, sometimes you just gotta know what works for you. And if that and if the baddie aesthetic is not like, it's not, y'all got these shorts on and this chair is like itchy on my booty. And if the baddie aesthetic is not part of your, like, you know, personality, that's okay too. Just be you, right? That's what I'm thinking. But you know, and she has older sisters, and I don't know why because I know like Ty got on here and was all like, you know, I've been trying to tell Trinity she's a pretty girl, she need to step it up. But if that's not her, like, don't try to push that on her, you know, my opinion. But whatever, it's not giving that. But so she out there, Trinity talks to this guy, I guess, on TikTok named Rye or whatever, and he's very rude. Like, I seen him on TikTok one time live, and you know, like, even the Taylor girl parents, they be on live too, and like, he was cussing out their daddy one time, and I was like, hold on, he real disrespectful. But Trinity, every time she goes to like Florida, she hangs out with him. I don't know, she say they're not together, that's not her man, but I don't know if like they talk, because like, I don't know. So basically, like, she was out there hanging with him too. So Woo Lady, she was all like, they went out, Trinity didn't have to pay for nothing. All Woo Lady rich homeboys was like tricking on them in the club, basically buying them hookahs, buying them bottles, whatever they wanted. She said she looked over at Trinity sleep in the club, not really like trying to get no tricks for real. Like, she sleep while the tricks tricking. You know, and when Woo Lady was trying to like really be outside with Trin was hanging out with the little disrespectful boy Rye, and he wasn't trying to trick. He was like, they was eating shrimp and grits in the car, going bowling, like some real like he wasn't trying to spend money. He even came to the club where Woo Lady was like having a whole hosting and didn't pay for nothing and just sat in their section or whatever. That's beyond the point. I'm getting too far ahead. But basically, they ended up having a good trip. You know, Trin came back home. She was like, you know, I had fun, da 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 da. And she was on live, I guess, one day, and she was all like, you know, I really didn't get no tricks or whatever, like just being kind of shady. And Woo Lady was all like, you know, I invited you out here, and you know, I paid for everything that we done. I rented a 4K Lamborghini. Yeah, I was looking at the fan. The fan little string had scared me. I was all like, is that a snake? But but anyway, she was all like, you know, I feel disrespected, like, because you're gonna lie telling people you really didn't learn how to get no trick or whatever, and this and that and that. So like, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all some clips where Woo Lady went off on Trin.
She ain't get me around tricks. I ain't see no tricks. How you gonna see tricks, bitch? Are you sleeping? I dropped you where the money at. Bitch, you went to sleep. since Trent on live. Jessica Trent got the nerve to say,
yeah, y'all. So, like, y'all see it. But it's like, yeah, don't come. Like, I don't know. I feel, and Daisha, Trinity's older sister, one of the Taylor girls, she even told Trinity how she was wrong and was all like, yeah, you don't go out there and supposed to be chilling with your homegirl and you kind of dismissing her at times to go hang out with a guy, and this girl over here showing you a good time, and like that was kind of wrong of you, you know. But like I said, I just feel like my whole opinion on the whole thing is like, Trend, that's not her life. Like, stay, like, it's okay not to be like a baddie. It's okay not, if that's not your aesthetic, that's just not your aesthetic. Like, that's more of your sister's Ty aesthetic. It's not yours. So just like leave it alone, you know. Like, I can't stand when people like kind of, and we're gonna get into Anaya from Love Island, but I can't, it just really bothers me when people don't, you know, be true to themselves. Like that is not even you, you know. So I don't know, she just be letting the internet and the comments get to her head. But like at the same time, you really should have respected Woo Lady a little more and say, and wasn't so shady on live when people was all like, you know, like, did you get a trick? And she was like, I really didn't learn that. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that. I just feel like there was a better way to handle things, you know. And I hope you guys, that came out clear, because that was a whole mess, okay? Y'all, we're gonna get into the next messy tick. Our next messy tick and last messy tick, you guys. I feel like I've been talking with that whole Woo Lady and trans situation, y'all. Whew, I should have wrote some notes on that. I feel like that was a little all over the place. Next time, still learning. It's still so hot. But boy, I miss sitting in front of y'all and talking junk. Okay, so you guys, Love Island. I want to read every girl one by one on the show. And I don't know if it's because they're young and in their early 20s that they're acting like birds, the birdettes, the flock. Like, this season is peeing me off so bad. I thought Huda was peeing me off last season. But no, this season is peeing me off, baby. Alright, we're gonna start with Trinity. I just feel like from the first time Trinity got on our screens and said that she did something in the backseat with a boy while her mama was driving, that was the first red flag that she was a bird, okay? And you know, she's young, and I feel like, who's the guy she with? Is his name Bryce? I want to say the little, you know, the little boy she with or coupled up with. I really want to say, like, you did all this dragging of everybody else, man, in the last episode when they had to recouple up or couple with the person they was already with. Okay, she did all that dragging everybody else person, but you was over there doing what you wanted to do, kissing all up on what-his face while y'all was while the boys was in Casa Amora. So it's just like, I really ain't got much. Like, I like Trinity's personality, but I feel like she has a lot of growing up to do. She's very much so immature. She's like, she's not the top bird. She's like the second to last bird. No, she's probably like, she's probably like the second to last, like the biggest bird. I might have to leave Anaya for last. We're gonna go with Melanie. Okay, Melanie. It's Melanie, right? Not Melody. Melanie, right? I'm gonna Google, make sure, y'all. Yeah, Melanie. So Melanie, you know, when the guys, you know, when they had the guys come in, the new guys come in or whatever, and she found somebody she was vibing with, And you know, even the new guys was telling her like, hey, like, we just letting you know, Sincere is doing you dirty. You on here looking stupid. And she's listening to that and like, wow, I can't believe it. She even had a little huddle with the girls like, y'all, we gotta step our stuff up. Like, these guys got us on TV looking crazy. Like, we have to like start stepping a little harder than us. Like, she had a whole talk like, we ain't crying over them no more. We moving on or whatever. But we get to the coupling. And she chooses Sincere once again. Like, that's top bird. That's top bird behavior. Cause how you gonna talk all this mess? She was even like, she even said something like, you know, I'm not gonna be one of those girls that's like, yeah, he cheats, yes, he do this to me, but at least he come home to me. But basically that's what you did. You sat there and waited until he came through that door to see who he was with, and you see him with nobody and said, at least he came home to me. At least he came home to me after I don't heard how from outsiders how he doing me, how I'm looking on TV. At least he came home to me. Birdie, bird, 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 chirp, chirp, chirp. Like, what? Like, sister, no. Like, and I'm gonna get to Kenzie next. Cause one thing about Kenzie, like, I don't like Kenzie that much, but Kenzie gonna do what she say she gonna do. And it's like, I don't know, Melanie. I don't know. We gotta do better raising our daughters, y'all. We gotta do better. We got to do better. And then she gonna take him back and do all that cussing him out. Why even take him back and then talk down on him? Like, be a bird in peace. Like, don't do that. I didn't like that. Okay, y'all. So like I said, we're gonna talk about Kenzie. Kenzie, she's the type, she's that type of white girl, you guys, that thinks everybody's supposed to like her. Like, all the men like her. And when they don't, she be looking like, he doesn't like me? Like, what's wrong with him? Because he don't like me? Like, and she feels like every guy is like her option. And I don't like how she be playing with Jen. Like, we supposed to be friends and I need somebody to couple up with. But you telling me that, I don't know. She's weird. Like, she's very controlling and very like, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word? Territorial. Yes. Like, she be marking her territory. How you gonna mark two guys? I just don't understand. I don't understand. You guys, oh my god. So, but anyways, like I was saying, like, she the only one that did what she said she was gonna do. She seen that Corbin was talking big boy stuff when they were showing them clips of what's going on the other side. She seen that he was talking big boy stuff. She said, oh, I'm not messing with you no more. I'm over you. I'm on to the next. And when Corbin came back to the villa, she said the same thing. I'm over you. I'm on to the next. And, you know, I really didn't agree with Corbin, like, talking down on her and stuff. So I did agree with the chumping him off then. But it's like, Kenzie, you still been doing what you wanted to do. You've been having your taste and, you know, dipping and dabbing here when you wanted to. So, like, the only thing I just don't agree with Corbin is him talking down on her. All right, Jen, baby, that was a bird move too. Because why would you pick the guy that told you he had interest in Kenzie instead of the guy that said he was into you? Why would you do that? You already ain't got nobody over there that like you. So why would you do that? Y'all, no, I don't know. Them 2000, mid 2000 babies? The hell? The hell? Or early 2000, whenever y'all birthdays are. What are y'all teaching them babies? That's still hot. What are y'all teaching them babies? Like, I don't have really much to say about Jen. That was bird move too. I feel bad for Kata because If it wasn't for old girl getting kicked off for saying the N-word, Kata Boo, your man would have been not with you. So I feel bad for you, but I don't feel too bad, because why are you crying that hard over a man you just met 2 weeks ago? Why? Who is raising y'all? Have some decorum. Fuck. Y'all making me cuss on this YouTube. Okay, last but not least, y'all, Anaya. I've seen a lot of people like, why are y'all being so mean on Anaya? Like, she doesn't deserve this. She deserves everything she gets. I'm sorry. It's a 30-year-old woman. She deserves everything she's getting. She deserves it all. She deserves it. Because guess what? Hold on. Cause I really feel like it's a lot with her. She's a follower. She's insecure. She doesn't know her worth. Like, she needs to go back and find herself. That's what I feel. So where she messed up first, she's like top bird. She's big bird. Like, where she messed up was, I don't know what her type is. Maybe she's not into black men. That's what it's giving. As a dark berry myself, I love a black man to infinity. You know, Casey, that's who she was coupled up with. He's been feeling not wanted for a minute. Like, you went, when the new man came in, you went and put your legs all over him. You wasn't even showing Casey affection. Y'all were a default couple. And you kept asking him, hey, do you want to explore more? Let me know. And when he told you he wanted to explore, you get mad. Why? That's what Love Island is about, exploring. But yeah, let me go back. When the new guys came in, there were 12 of them. There were like 6 black men just by themselves. Half of them were black men. And a very big, strong man, even though I heard he been retweeting or liking comments that has not been that nice towards Anaya, even though, you know, there was this man, this big black man that picked you up and was all like, I want you, and you ignored him. And with the little, I don't know what race he is, he maybe like mixed with like white and Asian, I don't know, but you went with Carl. I think that's what his name is. You went with Carl. It was so many black men to choose from, and y'all chose none of them. Anaya, you chose none of them. You looked over all of them. The one that wanted you the most, you looked over them. That's what's wrong with these young girls. Y'all always want what you can't have. That's what's wrong with y'all. Anyways, so I call her a follower because it wasn't until Melanie was like, we miss our man. She was like, I miss my man. You and Casey wasn't even that close as Sincere and Melanie was. Y'all been drifting since y'all got coupled together. Y'all been drifting away. Y'all was never drifted together. Like, I'm just so confused on why she thought that man wasn't coming back with another girl. And I don't know if she felt like, I really think she felt like, hey, like, KC I'm the best KC can get, so I know he coming back. And she seen all the other birds taking their man back, so she was all like, you know what, I'm gonna take mine back too. And when he came through that door with TT, she was looking stupid. Because she thought it was going to be a moment where everybody was just taking each other back. Being a follower, like, there were signs. There were so many signs. And you wasn't treating him the best. Granted, everybody keeps talking about how he was speaking down on Anaya, but we don't see everything on that show. We don't see everything. We don't. Y'all acting like Anaya was just the best person, like, to him. They were never, like, compatible. So I don't know why some people are in an uproar saying KC did her so dirty. Da, 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 da. That girl never acted like she wanted him. Like, ever. Ever. Didn't even cuddle him at night. But surprised he come back with another girl that will cuddle him. Y'all just... Everybody that agreed with what went down the other day, y'all birds too. And that's all I gotta say, because I feel like I've been on this rant for 15 minutes. Y'all, Love Island this season just been a mess, and it come on tonight, and we're gonna see what happened, y'all. And I don't agree how the girls are really clicking and how they're treating the new girls. I don't agree. Like, that's some mean girl stuff. Y'all grow up and y'all realize, like, Trinity, especially you gonna look back at this and realize how much of a bird you was looking like when you my age. You know, it's okay. It's okay. We all have room to grow. It's okay. It is okay. That's enough of Love Island, y'all. Done reading the girls. Okay, so y'all know this is the end of the show, so I'm gonna leave y'all with my song of the week, y'all. Jacquees came out with a song called Lick Back with Juvie now, y'all. That song is such a bop. That song is such a bop. Malcolm always made fun of me, and he'd be like, you the one that's keeping Dej low, Jacquees, and Tink lights on. I'm all like... I am not the only person listening to them. They have a lot of fans, okay? But I love some Jacquees, y'all. So that is a bop. Like, it's a boppity, boppity, boppity. It kind of, like, reminds you of some 2000 vibes, you know? Puts you in that mood. But yeah, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this can be my thumbnail. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.